Okay, hello and welcome to Coffee Talk. Yay! It's January 8th, 2024. I still need to get used to that, 2024. How's everybody doing today? I don't necessarily have a topic. I just thought I would jump on. I don't have a guest today, so if you're watching it live and you have questions, comments, please pop them in the chat. I'd love to have interactions with you and just not have this be this one-way thing. I will start off with over the weekend, I facilitated an energetic facelift class, and it was pretty amazing and miraculous, as most access classes always seem to be. If you've ever taken one or if you haven't, maybe now's the time to start. It's quite amazing what shows up for everybody, even me facilitating it. And I've been facilitating this work for years and years and years and years, but it's always new and it's always greater than it was before. And with the energetic facelift class, this is not a difficult training, although there are some subtleties to being able to unlock your potential in running energy that in this last class, it seemed like I was able to articulate a little bit better and easier. And maybe that's because of the people who showed up were ready and able to step into greater possibilities. Because, all of this anybody can do. And it's not brain surgery. Anybody can do it, even little kids. And actually, little kids are really great at it because they don't get into their heads about trying to do it right. They're just like, oh, we do this, okay, and they play. And this energy of play and curiosity, possibility, is what creates a greater result. When you're trying to create a result, when you're trying to do it right, do it well, follow direction, it's like all this contractive energy and conclusion about stuff that's not real, that limits the possibility. And this is true in anything that we're doing, whether it's an energetic facelift or running a bars session, or even cooking a meal, or doing anything, really. The more we can be in the curiosity and the wonder and the play, the more we get out of the way of that linear logical thinking, and it activates our being more present and engaging with the world in a completely different way, which gets trained out of you after you're like 3, 4, 5 years old. You start going to school and you start like getting in line and learning how to do things, and you do A plus B equals C. But before you learn that, it's like A plus B could be WXYZ, this like infinite possibilities, not one answer. And the imagination is something that gets really doused by going to school and learning how to do things. So this is why I love the access classes so much. It's not about learning it and following this one way. It's, what do you know? What can you bring to this process? What are you that's different, that when you run these things can create a whole different possibility? So Okay, everything that brings up, because that's like doing something for some of you. Everything that brings up, and everywhere you haven't really acknowledged that you know, and that you are an integral ingredient in all of these things that's different than anybody else. Will you destroy and uncreate all the points of view that limit that? And I'm going to say the access consciousness clearing statement: right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds, to shift some of the energy there. And if you haven't heard the access clearing statement before, there's a playlist I have that explains some of it. And you can also go to theclearingstatement.com and find out more about it. But it just shifts stuff in this amazing, magical way. You don't have to even know what it means or how it works. It just works. So we were doing the facelift class this weekend, and it's funny, when that class was first created, it was basically a body process that was created and keeps getting added to. And it was something that we used to teach in half a day, and then it turned into a full day class. And now it has this big manual, and it even has hand positions and a chart and all this stuff. And for some reason, this time, it made me become aware of how when we put it into forms like that with the chart, it makes people turn away from their subject, the person they're working on, and look at this external thing and try to figure out what to do next in a linear, logical way, instead of dealing with the person that you're with and asking the question, okay, what would they like to get out of this? And where can I put my hands? And what energy can I be to create the greatest result? Even if you don't know what it is. And you can look at the person if they, maybe they have wrinkles on their neck, and they're like, have a button about that. You can do more energy there, and you can try different things to play with it, and maybe play out here. And it's quite amazing when you actually put your hands on a person, when you're being present with them and not necessarily trying to follow some regimen, what awareness comes to you. And at the beginning of one of the sessions, one of the students just put her hands on the shoulders of the person. And as soon as she did that, she got this awareness to ask her a question. Hey, do you have neck pain? And the person said, yes. And she said, as soon as I put my hands on you, my body started to have neck pain. And this starts to show you that when you're working with people, 98% of the stuff that happens for you or that's in your mind is actually the person that you're working on. And that's how quickly and easily your body gives you information. And the thing is, it's not just when you're working on somebody. This is when you're out in the world. You're out in the world and you're picking up stuff all the time. Your body is giving you all this information all the time. And you may think, oh, I have a headache. Or, oh, I have a stomach ache. Or, oh, this hurts, that hurts, whatever. Or, you start worrying about something because other people all around you are worrying about that thing and you're just picking it up. So there's many tools in access consciousness that we share for you to be able to recognize what's yours and what's not. But in the beginning, it's definitely being in question. So even just going, wow, is this even mine? Is this my thought? Where is this coming from? And you don't have to necessarily know whose it actually is. Just knowing that it's not yours starts to shift it. And so you don't create it as your problem. Yesterday, I went shopping and I was in one store and somebody dropped something. And she had her arms full of stuff and her head was shaved. And she turned to me and she said, "Can you please help me?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she said, "I have terminal brain cancer. And if I bend down to pick that up, I might pass out." I'm like, "All right, no problem." I'd have picked it up anyway. But I went and picked it up and I handed it to her and I walked away. And I noticed how I had this slight sense in my head, like when I even walked into the store, there was this, like, I don't know, aching kind of feeling. And I was aware of it, but I thought, oh, maybe it has to do with the head banging music that they've got playing, because you know how sometimes stores do that. Anyway, it's like never buying it as mine, not creating myself having a headache. But it was interesting to have this interaction with this person and be like, oh, okay, so there's an awareness there. Okay, is there anything I can contribute? Yes, no, and then send some energy or not and be on your way. And, hashtag, it's not your problem. If your body gives you awareness of stuff, many times it has nothing to do with you and nothing for you to do. If somebody else's kid is crying, it's not your child. You don't need to necessarily take care of it if the parent is there and doing their job. So what would it be like to be present with all those nuances in your body and recognize that you're aware and your awareness isn't a curse or a job? It doesn't make you have to do anything, but be in the question. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? And the thing is, you think that because you're aware that you have to do something, but many times it's no. Just ask the question and find out for yourself, and you'll see. So let's see, let's do a clearing here. Everywhere you think that it's your job to fix everything around you that you're aware of, will you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Ooh, quite a few of us have that point of view. And the funny thing is, if you're going through something and somebody comes up to you and is like, here, let me do this for you, you might not want them to. You might want to deal with it yourself or figure it out yourself, right? Unless you're asking for help, you kind of don't want some know-it-all telling you what to do. So what if we could be more curious about what people are asking for? Even some people are asking and you know that they're not asking, they just want to complain. So everything that doesn't allow you to know what you know and to make your choices based on what you know and what's going to work based on what you know will work, will you destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. I keep looking down here because I'm doing Instagram at the same time as Facebook. And then this will be on my YouTube channel. So if any of you have missed this, there's a whole series of these on YouTube, sorry. Anybody have any questions? Go ahead and pop them in the chat. I can read the chat actually on Instagram. So hop on over there. That's the easiest for me if you want to say hi. Let's see, what else should we talk about today? Well, the thing that's kind of popping is Access Bars. And at the end of this month, if you're in the Bay Area, my friend Cindy and I are both going to be having a booth at an expo where you can come and get sample sessions of Access Bars and the energetic facelift, little mini sessions, like 15 minutes. And it'll be really fun. I think it's free to go to the venue, and I will pop a link in if anybody's interested, and send your friends. If you know somebody who's stressed and they can't shift it, it's such a great thing to have an Access Bars session, especially if you can't figure out the way to get out of your crazy mind, your worry, your fear, your anxiety, your depression, whatever it is. Having an Access Bars session or even an energetic facelift session is such a tremendous gift. It's such a nurturing energy. And even for those people that it seems like it's hard to relax, people seem to drop in really quickly, and especially at an expo. It's the craziest thing. There's all this noise, there's all these things going on, and yet the session, people, even in 5, 10, 15 minutes, they get to such a deeply relaxed space. It's quite incredible. So if you haven't tried it, check it out. There are facilitators in almost every country on the planet. So wherever you are, check it out. It sort of hits this reset for you and allows your being to expand out, and allows your mind to quiet down, and it allows all the systems in your body to come into this harmonious alignment. I can't say how amazing it is enough, but you'll just have to try it for yourself if you haven't. To me, it's like 10 times better than a massage. Massages are great, yes. And an Access Bars or energetic facelift session, such a deeper response. And it changes so much more in your body. So check it out. And let's see what else. I do have an Access Bars training coming up on Saturday at the end of this week. So if you're in the area, or if you want to travel to beautiful Northern California, you are welcome to come. And let's see what else. When I first found these tools of Access Consciousness, I had done all kinds of spiritual work, meditation, like 20 years of meditation practice, all kinds of yoga and things. And honestly, I had no idea who I was and what I really desired. I was like trying to paint in all the numbers and fill up what you're supposed to do in life based on everybody else's point of view. And I remember going to this class, I think Gary did it once, Creating the Life of Your Dreams or something like that. And I sat in the front row and I had my pad of paper and pen, and I was like all ready, and he sat there. And the first thing he asked is, "What would you like to create?" And I was like, "Wait, I have no idea." Aren't you going to tell us how to create the life of our dreams? But it began this like truly digging down beneath all of those projections and expectations that are placed on you to find who you truly are and what you truly desire. All the things that people made you wrong for when you were a kid that you wanted to do or that was fun for you and lit you up. And maybe you tucked away and thought, oh, that's bad. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't be that. You start digging down and you can start to uncover some of the energy of you, the being that you truly are, and not all the things that you've done to try to be what other people want you to be. And this is a continual exploration. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody actually walked around without barriers, without pretense, without the walls of the perfect image, and actually showed up? Very different world it would be. But it starts with us choosing it. So, what can you choose? What is it that you truly desire? And what would it take for you to uncover more of that? And sometimes it's just sitting with the question, what do I truly desire? And give yourself the space to ponder that without looking for the answer, without having to fill it in, but on allowing the space for possibilities to come to you and ignite the being that is within and all around you. And you may notice as I'm speaking about this that there's an energy and a space that opens up. Try not to fill that in. There's a lot of distractions in the world, a lot. There's scrolling, there's movie, TV, podcasts, all kinds of stuff all the time. But if you just take a few moments, maybe before you get up or before you go to sleep, or even if you wake up in the middle of the night and it's like really quiet, take some moments for yourself to ponder. And as well, sometimes joining the different classes that we have at Access really allows you to be in this space of curiosity and exploration and acknowledgement of you, because that's really what it's about. Hey, John, good morning. I caught your thing this morning. Thank you for that. So I do actually have a clarity hour coming up in a couple of days on Wednesday. If you're interested, we're looking at creating 2024. It's $24. If you get the early bird ticket, last minute people are going to have to pay more because you waited. You snooze, you lose. But it's clarity hour is a space where the group gets together and clears all of the projections, all of the expectations, all of the things that you thought were yours and you've been creating your life from, and leaves this wide open space for you to start to get the energy of your being and get ideas of what it is that you've come here to be that have been covered over, glossed over, squelched, hidden. And it's like an invitation, giving you the permission to show up. And it's interesting when we do get together in groups and run these clearings, stuff that somebody else has and somebody else is talking about or brings up pings something for the group. And it's so much more dynamic because you might have forgotten about that issue. And it's just it's a great catalyst for change. So if you'd like to join us in creating your 2024 in a much greater possibility with you showing up as you, shining through, trusting you, being more, being curious, come and join us. I will leave the registration link below. And oh my gosh, it's the end of our half hour of coffee talk. I hope it was fun for you. If you have questions or have topics that you'd like me to address, please send an email or leave a comment. And whatever you do, have a magical week and hope to see you soon. Take care.